God will sometimes remove everyone so you can finally hear him. Who is most important for you to hear? Is it your mom? Is it your dad, your sister, your brother, your cousin, your uncle, your aunt, your wife, your husband, your girlfriend, your boyfriend? You have to understand that hearing what God has to say to you is 100% more important than every single person I just named. So, God will give you a lot of opportunities to sit down, remove distractions, and listen to what He has to say to you. But if you do not listen to all those opportunities and you ignore them, and you hit the end call button and you decide to completely not even spend the time, people will be removed. People will be removed out of your life. And you're wondering what's going on. Why is I'm by myself? What's going on? Why are my friends or family not around? What's going on? I don't understand. God is getting your attention. God is removing all the distractions. So now, the only one you can listen to, the only one you can hear is God. Say that then. This is very important. You need to hear what God has to say to you. You have to remember, God knows every single thing. What you think, what you say, what you do when you're by yourself, what you do when you're with other people. So you need to remove the distractions so you can finally hear what God has to say. In order for you to know what direction to go in, what moves to make, what action to take, you need to know everything. So, how many of y'all know everything? How many of y'all know what's going to happen a week from now? Who knows what's going to happen in the next 30 minutes? I'm waiting. Who knows? So, knowing that God knows everything, knowing that God only wants what's best for you, should tell you who you should be listening to. We got two ears. We have two ears. But most people don't use them. That is, when it comes to hearing what God has to say to you. Your ears are wide open 24/7 for everything, for every video, for every TikTok, for every Snapchat, for every Instagram reel, for every Facebook post, for every Twitter post, for every X post, for whatever your friend is talking about, for whatever your family is talking about, for whatever your wife is talking about, for whatever your husband is talking about, for whatever your children are talking about. Your ears are wide open. But when it's God speaking, somehow you can't hear anything. Somehow your ears don't work anymore. How is that? How does that make sense? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. The math is not adding. 1 plus 1 does not equal 2. It's not adding up. So when God removes people When God removes everyone, that is to get your attention so you can hear and listen to the only one who knows what you should be doing. What is it going to take? How long are you going to stay away from listening to what God has to say to you? How much time do you have? You're probably thinking, oh, we have 24 hours. I have 24 hours left today. Oh, it's only been 8 hours. I have 16 hours left in the day. Do you? Do you know 100% you have 16 hours left? Or is that just an assumption or a guess? Life is moment by moment. Life is moment by moment. And none of us know when our time is up. So, since we don't know when our time is up, do you think it would be wise to listen to what God has to say to you? What God has to say to you is going to be different from what God has to say to me. But do you ever think to put time aside to just listen what God has to say to you? And if you don't, why don't you? This is one of the best videos I have made. This is one of the most important videos I have made. What is it going to take for you to schedule time to just listen to what God has to say to you? Your ears are open. Is your heart open? How important is your relationship with God? In a relationship, how does it work? You talk, you communicate, and then you listen. And then you talk, you communicate, and then you listen. It's back and forth. The same goes with your relationship with the Most High God. You have to listen. God gave you those two ears so you can listen. So when are you going to start listening? This is what you have to know. God talks to you all day long. Matter of fact, right now, God is talking to you in this moment. But do you listen to what he says? Are you aware of what he's saying? Do you ever pause and be still? This world wants you to focus on the distraction for a reason. Because the more you're distracted, the less time you have to listen to what God has to say to you. The more you're distracted, the less time you have to read the Word of God. The more you're distracted, the more your mind is controlled by this world, and the more you're in chains to this world. Time. The time you have now is the time that God is allowing you to have. You don't own time. So I'm going to say this one more time. Be still and know that I am God. Heavy emphasis on the be still part. Be still and listen to what God is saying to you. Be still. Take time out of your day. Be still. Keep your ears open and keep your heart open and listen to what God has to say to you. God will remove everyone just so you can hear him. So be wise. Set aside time. Be still and know that I am God. Like it says in the Bible, be still and know that I am God. Be still. You don't have to be in a rush. Be still. You don't need to be distracted. Be still. You need to hear what God has to say to you. You need to hear it.